begin with breaking news from the city of Detroit. Look at that, water shooting high into the sky from one of several water main breaks we're hearing about this morning. This was the scene a short time ago in the area of Stanley Street in Wabash. That's just west of Rosa Parks Boulevard. So far, there's no word on exactly what's causing the breaks, but as we've said, we've heard from several people reporting breaks in their neighborhoods. Stay with Fox 2 for updates as they become available. And good morning. Thanks for being with us on this Wednesday, the first day of summer. I'm Amy Lange.
Yeah, I'm Brandon Hudson. Someone started less than an hour ago?
I just started.
Yeah, so we're the first newscast of the summer here. So woo! Here we go. All right, so look, new at 11, Michigan Secretary of State is helping drivers with suspended licenses legally get behind the wheel again. This could benefit people who want to get a stable opportunity for a job.
Absolutely. Those in need of resources can find them today at the Road to Restoration Clinic. And Fox 2's Robin Murdoch is live from Goodwill Industries of Detroit right now. Hi, Robin.
Good morning, Amy and Brandon. Hundreds and hundreds of people are expected to come here to the Goodwill Industries right behind me in Detroit to get help with getting their licenses back. They've already had about 500 people pre-register for the event, and they are expecting several more hundred to walk in to take advantage of what is happening out here. As you know, back in 2021, new state laws lifted the suspension for drivers who didn't pay tickets or court fines or various other non-moving violations. It affected about 150,000 people in our state. Many of them, though, still need to take further action to have their license restored. And that is exactly the point of the Road to Restoration clinics, to give drivers the information needed so they can get back behind the wheel. And for some people, that will happen today. They will walk out of here with their license once again, many of them after years and years. Now, the Secretary of State is on hand for the event. The State Attorney General is here. There are also about 110 pro bono attorneys who are out here offering their insight to help residents get their licenses back. Take a listen.
These are non-moving violations that we're talking about. So let's help folks get their licenses back, and then they can get the job and pay taxes and take care of their families and do all the things that people want to do for themselves and their communities.
I have a tremendous support system, but it is tough when you want to do your own thing. You know, I need to go do this, I need to go that, I gotta come drop me, you know, that's too much for a grown man. So, yeah. It's gonna work, it's gonna work.
It'd be nice to have your freedom back, right?
Whew, thank you. I'll be back.
So that man you just heard from, he has actually been relying on friends and family as well as public transportation to get around for the past several years. So he is really hoping that today will be the day in which he will get his license back. Now, this first clinic happened in 2021, back in November of 2021. This is the 25th clinic. The first one they had, only about 29 people showed up. Now they're up to more than 500, again, 500 pre-registered for this event, but they're expecting to help as many as 700 people out here when you include those walk-ins. And walk-ins, they are welcome up until 4 o'clock here at Goodwill Industries. We are live in Detroit this morning. I'm Robin Murdoch for Fox 2 News.
Yeah, Robin, I've covered those before as well, and it is so great to see people get their freedom back, as you mentioned, be able to go to work, get their kids to school, all the things that they've been really struggling with. It's not like we have this amazing public transportation system. Nobody can just get on the subway, or, you know, sometimes buses are late or whatever have you. And so it is here in the Motor City pretty important to be able to have that license and get to where you need to go.
And it does really have a ripple effect, because in the end, you know, if people are able to get their license back, it will benefit the community. They'll be able to do more around the community. So it really is just something that goes full circle. And it starts with people just getting their license back. From what I understand, that when they do get their license back, there will be a bell that will go off in there, lots of cheers, and they are hoping lots of people will be able to get those licenses back today. Back to you, Amy.
All right, lots of bells ringing. We certainly hope so. Thanks so much, Robin Murdoch. We appreciate you.
We're following developing news overnight from Southfield.
Yeah, a man is in critical condition following a shooting. Police say the 25-year-old victim was located in the parking lot of the Radisson Hotel on Telegraph. It's not clear exactly where the shooting took place, but shell casings were found at the gas station next door. Investigators are not releasing any details on a suspect or possible motive. They're asking anyone who might have information to give them a call. And a suspect is in custody along with weapons and drugs after a freeway shooting earlier this week. An off-duty police officer was the target of gunfire on Monday while driving westbound on I-94 near Gratiot. A bullet hitting the vehicle, but not the off-duty officer nor his passenger. Michigan State Police identified a 24-year-old suspect and found guns and marijuana in his home during a search.
Well, noon 11, 8 people have been charged in the death of one Michigan prison inmate who lost 50 pounds over 2 weeks and died of dehydration back in 2019. Charges were announced yesterday for both current and former staff members at the Alger Correctional Facility in the Upper Peninsula, including 2 former wardens, 4 nurses, and 2 corrections officers. They're facing several felonies in connection with the death of 38-year-old Jonathan Lancaster. The Attorney General's office says that he was in restraints when he died and had not received medical attention despite the excessive weight loss. A staff member at Harper Woods High School describes a culture of violence, fear, and cover-ups after a student brings a gun to school. The district did not alert parents about the incident until 5 days later. The week before, 2 cars were hit with gunfire during a prom convoy at Triumph Middle School. Now, in an exclusive interview, one employee says that it is a part of a hostile work environment. They say there are other security issues that have gone unchecked.
We, as staff, have brought up security issues with the superintendent for years. This is not a new issue. We've talked about broken phones in the classroom. We're supposed to be able to dial to the office. They don't work. They're not fixed. We've talked about broken doors or wanting to implement security devices on the doors in case of a school shooter. They're not addressed.
The district issued a statement saying in part, quote, "We are committed to creating a safe, welcoming environment that promotes student learning at all district schools. Our buildings are continuously monitored and actively upgraded to meet the highest safety standards," end quote.
Well, the Grosse Pointe School Board approving a new district budget that includes some layoffs and millions of dollars in cuts. The budget shortfall coming as a result of declining enrollment. Many parents, students, and staff voicing concerns over the spending cuts, in particular, a reduction in mental health counseling.
Considering the increasing prevalence of mental health issues among teens, especially minority groups, this is the last thing we need. I have no right to claim that changes to the budget are avoidable, as this is simply not true. But I ask you to consider who you are willing to lose, because it's going to be more than you're letting go of. It could have been me.
Are you really saving money when the potential cost is a child's mental wellness, or worse, a life? My last day of school hug tells me no, trustees, and you can still reconsider.
We are not in a good place, and for the people that are, like I said before, cutting people is never fun. This is a horrible place to be in, but we're going to be in much, much worse shape, and we're going to start having to really lose programs that we count on for our students.
A total of $4.6 million had to be trimmed from the budget.
Despite some of the progress that we've made in race relations, especially since 2020, stories like this show that we still have a long way to go. Residents in White Lake are shocked and alarmed by propaganda that appeared on their properties.
Yeah, the leaflets promote white supremacy, and they included a mysterious substance. Fox 2's Dave Kinchin with that story.
It's totally wrong. We do not believe this in this area.
A shocking and disgusting find made by Lisa Wood of White Lake Township. A baggie filled with messages of hate, critical of diversity, inclusion, and equity, claiming all 3 civil rights principles amount to taking things away from white Americans.
We need to stand up and stick together and go up against this kind of things, because my generation already did this, and we're not doing it again.
She tells us how the disturbing discovery was made.
A neighbor had come up to me and asked me, you know, did I receive something like this? And he spoke to me and told me that this was done all throughout the park.
The hate mail, discovered right around the Juneteenth holiday, no less, also promoted a video documentary called Defiant, along with a link to a website filled with anti-Semitic content, not to mention unknown stuff inside it, creating a whole separate worry.
We don't know what's in this baggie. It could have been poison, you know, and this shows us that they have no respect, that they'll go on your property and, you know, try to pressure you into seeing the way they do, which isn't never going to happen. You know, maybe back in the 50s or 60s. This isn't the 50s or 60s.
White Lake Police could only say they are investigating at the moment. The flyers feature the same content also found around suburban Los Angeles, also promoting that same video, along with the same anti-Semitic website link. Police there say they've responded to similar incidents over recent months. And about 25 minutes over from White Lake in Heartland, residents found a swastika spray painted on a tree, along with anti-LGBTQ propaganda popping up all across the community. Neighbors are sick of it.
I want to send the message of love and acceptance, not hate and being afraid.
That was Fox 2's Dave Kinchin reporting, and Dave tells us the police chief in White Lake is looking into the distribution of those hateful flyers and plans to have more to say about the situation later this week.